Peace and blessings, frequency hoppers. Peace and blessings. This is Goddess Imani, and welcome to this episode of Sacred Love Lessons. Today we step into the gentle current of the healing waters frequency, the vibration of forgiveness. This time, the forgiveness flows inward. It is the sacred act of forgiving yourself. But before we get started, let's take a deep breath to ground our energy. Inhale, exhale. Self-forgiveness is a return to peace. It begins with a quiet decision to release what weighs on your heart. It allows your energy to breathe again. It opens space for calm, renewal, and gentle clarity. When you forgive yourself, you choose to live in truth instead of replaying the past. You allow your energy to move again, to flow where it once felt heavy. Self-forgiveness is self-care in the most sacred form. It is the way you bring compassion home to your body. Many people tend to their physical health, yet overlook their emotional well-being. When guilt or resentment lingers, your inner waters grow stagnant and heavy. Choosing forgiveness clears and purifies your inner landscape, allowing peace to flow again. This choice aligns you with the healing waters frequency. It restores your connection to the divine flow within. Self-forgiveness reminds you that you are safe to begin again and that renewal is always available. It opens the doorway to higher frequencies, inviting peace, clarity, and creative expansion to flow through you and into your life. This is the essence of the healing waters frequency. The healing waters carry a spiritual current that restores balance and harmony. It cleanses emotional residue, softens the heart, and reminds you that growth is a living process. For me, the healing waters frequency is a superpower because I heal through my tears. You guys know that I was born under the sign of Scorpio. Shout out to all my Scorpions out there. Our season is almost here. Shout out to our sister signs, Pisces and Cancer, the other water signs. We feel very deeply. We lead with our water, our emotions. And one of our greatest superpowers is to heal through our tears. So that's our little secret, you guys. If you don't know that, if you are a water sign, if you are a water moon, you heal through your tears. It took me a while for me to see the pattern and to fully understand how this frequency works and operates in my life. Thinking back, I first noticed this healing effect after going to an ayahuasca ceremony. I don't know if you guys remember this story, but I'll share again. I went to this ayahuasca ceremony in the hills of Mexico. I think it was in 2022, so about maybe 3 years ago. And earlier that day, I hurt myself. I was running in the rain and I slipped and fell. I hurt my foot. By the time we got ready to go to the ayahuasca ceremony, my foot was so swollen. I mean, it was swollen. And it was in so much pain, I could hardly walk. But I just was pushing through, right? So I get to the ceremony. During the ceremony, I'm crying. I'm having this whole cleansing episode. The first hours of tears was just trauma that had been stored in my emotional body. The rest of it was then tears of joy, excitement for the liberation, the freedom that I was then feeling and experiencing. So in essence, I was healing myself through my tears. The next morning, after the ceremony was over, my foot was back to normal and I could walk again. There was no pain. It was like a miracle had happened. There was no pain. You guys should have seen the look on the shaman's face. The look on the shaman's face. They were all just looking like, oh my God, we know we saw her come in here with this huge foot. Because they were all concerned about me and they was, checking on me. This huge swollen foot. I was in a lot of pain. I could not walk. I had a person on each side helping me to walk into the facility. And the next morning, after all of that crying, all of that cleansing, all of the releasing, my foot was back to normal. There was no pain. And I was walking like nothing had happened. So I still didn't get it in that moment. I thought it was a miracle, right? I didn't really get it in that moment. So then later on, there were other situations. And then I started thinking back, like, okay, what happened when this happened? What happened? And I realized that it was my tears. My tears are a superpower and they heal me. So, because long time ago, like when I was real young, I thought crying was a weakness because I grew up with that. You had to be strong. You had to be tough. Even in my profession, they was telling us, never let them see you sweat, right? And so I always thought I had to put on this mask, this face, to be strong, to be tough, to never let people see how I really was feeling. And even now, you still have to be mindful. You have to have boundaries because it's just people with malicious intent, right? It's going to always be that. But I allow myself to be open no matter what. Where before I was closed off. I had a lot of anger and all of that, and a lot of stagnant energy that was stored in my body. So when I had that breakthrough through ayahuasca and the cleansing of my tears, it began to release and heal all those wounds, all that past trauma that was stored not only in my emotional body, but the wound that I had in my foot, in my physical body. And then when I thought about other situations where maybe, I felt rejected, I felt discarded, discredited, or whatever, my feelings, and I would cry. After I cried, I realized that it healed me. It healed me, okay? So the healing waters frequency restores your soul, and that is what was happening to me. It turns each moment of regret into wisdom that can now serve your evolution. When you first start working with this frequency, you may hear the voices of your inner critic. We all have an inner critic, something that tells us that, oh, it's not enough, you're not enough, or this and that, just all of that. Or you may hear your insecurities. You may hear the voices of your naysayers, people who told you you would never amount to anything, you would never do anything great, that you were nothing, and people who didn't see your value, your outer critics. You might hear that initially when you start working with this frequency. However, as you embody this frequency, you will feel lighter in your body, in your mind, your emotions, your physical body, and your spiritual body. You will feel lighter and softer in your thoughts. Your nervous system calms and your inner voice grows kind. You will start hearing your higher self tell you, you are more than enough. You are a conqueror. You can do all things, right? You can do all things. You'll start hearing your higher self speak to you. The energy around you begins to flow in harmony with your intentions. This is what it means to live in the healing waters frequency, a steady flow that nourishes your soul. When you choose to forgive yourself, you create space for peace to rise. Old stories lose their grip, tension in the body begins to ease, and your heart starts to feel light again. Now, have you ever rehashed an old event from the past with someone or replayed an old conversation? And then you realize that you don't even remember half the stuff that happened. That's how you know that you're in this frequency. You don't even remember. I've had old conversations with people because, people like to go back to the past. And for me, it's kind of like, I don't even remember that. Not only do I not remember the facts of what happened, but I don't even remember the pain of what happened. It's kind of like I'm just sitting there listening to the other person rehash and go through their wound. But for me, I'm not experiencing the pain. And then in that moment, if there's anything there, I will start to cry. And a lot of people will see that as weakness. But I will say to you, I will cautiously say to you people who embrace that ideology, crying is not weakness. Crying is cleansing. Crying frees you. It is the pathway to your freedom. So when you see someone cry, I would invite you to show compassion in that moment. And if you can't do that, At least be quiet. If you're going to judge, judge silently, right? Because this is one effect of the healing waters frequency. It frees you, it liberates you. And this is something that you give to yourself. You have total control over this. The healing waters frequency moves through your energy field to release emotional residue that has been sitting there still for too long. It invites you to flow with life again. So if you've been in hermit mode, it's time to come on out and flow with life again. Every time you allow forgiveness to move through you, your frequency rises. And that is another reason why when someone revisits the past, you no longer feel the pain of it because you're not even on that frequency anymore. When I go back to my past, when I Sankofa, even in like guided meditations where I've had my coach to take me back and guide me through, I see it differently now. Like my eyes are more of eyes of compassion. I have eyes of compassion, self-compassion for my inner child, and then compassion for others who played a role in whatever it is that we're visualizing, right? So I'm not even on that frequency of blaming, it's your fault, you did this. What? I'm not even there anymore. In my mind, all of that is moot at this point. Like I've moved on, I'm on a higher frequency. And it's not about pretending that everything feels fine. Because when you, like I said, when you first start working with this frequency, everything will not feel fine. You have to work through those emotions and allow it to rise within you so it can rise out of you. The tears will help that. It will help it flow out of you. This is about allowing truth to breathe, honoring the lessons, okay, because that's so important. We definitely want to remember our lessons and releasing the energetic weight that no longer serves your evolution. Self-forgiveness clears the channel, allowing love to move freely again. And that's another thing, you guys. When a relationship is over, of course you're going to go through the gamut of emotions. It's just like grief because you're going to grieve it. You're going to go through the gamut of emotions. That's normal. Allow yourself to go through that. But on the other side of that, once you get on the other side, and let me tell you how you know when you're on the other side, you will be able to love again. If you're in a frequency where you say, I just got out of this marriage, I just got out of a relationship, I'm hurt, I'm distraught, this did not go the way I expected it to go, and now I'm upset, and I will never love again, or I will never love again this way, you still have more healing to do. Because once you get on the other side, when working with the healing waters frequency, you're going to be able to say, I had this experience. No, it didn't go the way I expected. There were so many things that I learned. There was so much that I enjoyed. And guess what? I'm still going to love again. Okay? We are still loving around here again and again and again. And it may look different, right? You might have to love people from a distance. That's okay. But it doesn't mean you stop loving. I am not closing my heart off to love. And for so long in my life and in this society, people tend to look down upon empaths. And shout out to all my empaths. If you are an empath, a mystic, psychic, a witch, somebody called me a witch one time, you guys, as if that was a bad thing. Jesus was a witch. Okay, have you not? If you're a Christian and you've read the Bible, what was he doing? If you believe it, right? If you believe it in what it says it is, him making food for all these people, out of 2 fish and a loaf of bread, him turning water into wine, him performing all these miracles, him raising Lazarus from the dead. If you believe, like you say you do, Jesus was a mystic, a witch, whatever you want to call him. Shout out to all my people who have tapped into their spiritual powers, my clairvoyance, my seers, my hearers, all of that, right? If you are there, we are not crazy, okay? It is not us. The rest of the world, those who have yet to awaken, they just don't understand where we are. And I know sometimes this journey can be heavy because they don't understand. And people try to tell you that you're crazy because you can see what they cannot see. Okay? No. Okay, no. I'm going to tell you right now, the solution to all of that is the healing waters frequency. When you embody the healing waters frequency, you shift your entire energetic pattern. It recalibrates your vibration from heaviness to harmony. Your relationships begin to mirror the compassion you extend to yourself. Synchronicities appear with greater ease. Your intuition strengthens because self-forgiveness dissolves the inner static that once clouded your perception. Have you ever noticed that, to all my seers, have you ever noticed that when you are in fear, when you are in anger, when you are in grief, sorrow, any of those low vibrational frequencies, you can't see. You can't see. It blocks your third eye. You can't see, right? If you are in fear and your heart closes, guess what? It cuts off your third eye vision. It does. It does. In order for you to go up into the upper room, right? Into the heaven that is within you, your upper chakras, you got to keep the heart open. That's your gate. That is the gateway into the upper chakras. You got to stay open. Okay? Healing waters frequency will help you do that. In the spiritual frequency hopping process, this frequency acts like a cleansing current between phases of transformation. It prepares your energy for higher resonance, right? To get you through the heart gate. The more you embody it, the more quickly you navigate emotional cycles with grace. Self-forgiveness becomes a bridge to higher awareness, a key that unlocks new levels of peace within your frequency field. So, here are 3 healing waters frequency affirmations that you can use to heal yourself. This is your superpower. No one can take it from you. Only you have control over this, right? Number 1, I forgive myself completely and allow grace to flow through my human experience. I forgive myself completely and allow grace to flow through my human experience. Number 2, I am held, cleansed, and renewed by love with every tear. I am held, cleansed, and renewed by love with every tear. Number 3, my heart is clear, my mind is calm, and my spirit is free. My heart is clear, my mind is calm, and my spirit is free. I'll leave you with this final thought. Self-forgiveness is one of the most nurturing acts you can offer yourself. It reminds you that your worth never fades. The more you allow yourself to flow with healing waters, the more peaceful your life becomes. Let self-forgiveness be your daily rhythm. Simple, steady, sacred. Allow each new day to meet you where you are, refreshed and ready to rise again. Because you are the river, you are the renewal, you are the healing waters. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for listening to this episode of Sacred Love Lessons. I am the Universe Now Web. Wherever you are in the world, thank you for being here. Don't forget to click that like, comment, and subscribe, and share. And until we speak again, be the light.